friends, how are we? I hope you're all doing very well. I'm filming this pretty early, a lot earlier than I usually prep for my videos, because there's a good amount of stuff I want to share with you guys in this little update. First and foremost, I'm finally going to paint this side table projector cart thing. For those of you that have seen all of the videos in this little series, you know that I shared the paint selection thought process a couple of videos ago. And the main reason we're painting it is because this corner with this art piece, and honestly just this room in general, feels very warm and thick to me between the coffee table and even the undertone of this sofa. Everything is very warm, which I like, but I'm really craving a bit more contrast. So we're going with a paint color that is more light and fresh and sort of crisp, I would say. Also because the height and shape of this table is a pretty similar silhouette to the shape of this sofa, I really don't want this to feel like an extension of the sofa. So I want the line between these two pieces to feel more defined. So we're going with a paint that has a much lighter value to sort of separate these two pieces even further. But yeah, let's get into it. I think today I'll probably just sand it and prime it, but I'm gonna do that in the other room far away from any other furniture. Okay, let me move this out of the way. I bought a bunch of these linen curtains like a year and a half ago when we lived in this furnished sublet, because there was this bright synthetic green sofa with very, very uncomfortable fabric, and I just covered it with these linen curtains because I couldn't stand it, and we obviously couldn't move the sofa. So we have 6 of these linen curtains that I have no use for, but it's really nice to just have fabric for projects. It's the perfect schmata for this exact use. Okay, here she is in all her glory. I talked to the guy at the paint store and he recommended that I just give a rough hand sanding before we prime it. I don't think it's so serious, so let me do that. I literally think that's fine. I don't think this step is so necessary for this piece. Okay, let's prime this baby. For any of you that are probably already commenting no, please don't paint the wood, this goes against everything you say about authentic materials, I think you guys may have missed the point of what I'm saying. First of all, so many people think that when I say authentic materials, I mean natural materials, but authentic does not necessarily mean natural. Something can have a painted finish and still be authentic. If you were using paint to create the look of a fake wood grain, to me that would be not authentic. And yeah, paint is a really nice finish and some things just look better painted. And this piece specifically, I bought this for less than $20 on Facebook Marketplace. It's not a fine piece. I just like it because of the height and shape of it and the fact that it can house our projector really nicely. So don't get confused. I value wood as a material very much. I just think that sometimes pro wood people in the interior design online space can get a little carried away and not understand that it's totally fine to paint things sometimes. So that's why I'm painting this. Honestly, when you think about wood and respecting wood as a material, it makes me think of this story from university. When I studied interior architecture, I had a furniture studio, which was based in the wood shop, and we each had to make a piece of furniture, basically, from wood. And the prompt for my studio was to design a piece that served more than one function. So I ended up making this sort of like entryway bench, which had a seat cushion and some shelves for shoes, and also like a surface to store things on. I honestly really wasn't so happy with it by the end of the studio, but I guess it photographed pretty well. Maybe I'll see if I have some photos of it stored on my computer and share it here. But anyway, all of that is to say, our professor was an industrial designer from Norway. The program at University of Oregon where I studied was pretty special in the fact that they had this grant to bring adjunct professors from all around the country and all around the world to teach for a semester, which was really cool. That studio definitely prompted me to think about furniture in a different way. Anyway, why am I telling you guys this? Because one of our first projects in that studio was just to make a small, like, functional object that could sit on your desk, just to kind of familiarize ourselves with all of the equipment in the wood shop. I hated working in the wood shop. It was like winter and so cold, and my fingers were freezing. And for this object, we were supposed to just use like scrap wood from the wood shop. We weren't supposed to buy new wood. And for my design, I made these sort of like 3 little triangles that could be stacked together to store like, I don't know, like pencils or paintbrushes or whatever on a desk. And I wanted them to be 3 different thicknesses and 3 different wood tones. So I just grabbed whatever like scrap wood was there. And then I went to the store and I got wood stain to make them 3 different wood tones, even though they were all the same species of wood. And when I presented it to the class, I was ripped apart, not only by our professor, but also by the shop tech, who had a lot of design opinions, apparently. It was one of those reviews that like really sticks with me till this day, because I didn't have that many bad design reviews in university, honestly, but that one was really bad. Like on one of these little triangles, I had put a walnut wood stain, and the shop tech said something like, "I'm appalled that you would use a walnut wood stain on a piece of maple wood." I distinctly remember that he said appalled, and I was like, oh my God. And ultimately I do agree with him. I just don't think I would take it so seriously. But wood looks the nicest when you're like amplifying the actual qualities of the species rather than making it seem like a different kind of wood. If you happen to be struggling to choose a finish for maybe wood flooring or some sort of custom wood carpentry or furniture, think about how that species of wood wants to look. Like I would just look for a bunch of references for pieces that are made of that species of wood, and that should kind of point you in the direction of the finish that you should choose. But honestly, this conversation doesn't even matter as long as we're living in a world where 95% of people are specifying fake vinyl wood in their homes. Like, there are bigger fish to fry in the design world. Do you know what I mean? If any of you know somebody planning a renovation, maybe it's your parents or your neighbors or a friend, I don't know, and they're thinking about using vinyl wood flooring, please stop them at all costs. Maybe together we can revolutionize interior design and kill the LVP industry. Do you guys know that LVP stands for luxury vinyl plank? Doesn't that just piss you off? I hate that. Okay, hi again. My camera actually died while I was priming this. So I just kind of finished giving it a very, very rough coat, you can see. And this evening I am going over to my friend Ingrid's house to drink some espresso martinis with friends. And I'm just so excited about this color. I thought I would wait till tomorrow to paint it, but I have like an hour or two before I need to get ready. So I thought I would just paint the first coat at least on some of it. It's obviously dark outside now, so I don't know how the color is showing up in the current lighting, but I'm excited about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm gonna play some music while I'm doing this, so I guess you guys will hear like snippets of it. This is NTS radio. It's like my go-to background music, I would say. The Breakfast Show with Flo. If you don't know about NTS, I warmly recommend you check it out. It's really nice. I am so excited about this color. I know you guys probably can't see it well, but it's gonna be really good, I think. This is supposed to dry so much darker. Can you guys see how different that is? Okay, this is a very exciting first coat. I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and see it in the daylight. Look how different. This is like the drawer that the projector sits on. Look at that change. What a difference. It's gonna have such a starker contrast with the sofa, which is just the thing I'm most excited about. Also how it will look with the colors in the painting behind it and with the coffee table. It's all just gonna be very good. So yeah, I'm gonna go get ready and have a fun night. I guess I'll film more tomorrow. Bye. Good afternoon. It is now the next day. It was so fun to wake up and see this color in the daylight. I'm really, really happy with it. I think it's the perfect amount of like color for me, you know? It's not too saturated, but it's still definitely something. Also, I forgot to mention that I ordered new wheels for this because I think these are pretty ugly. So let me show you those. Here they are. They're a lot smaller, you can see, which I think is fine. I feel like these ones are pretty oversized. I don't know how well you can see those. So yeah, I think these will just look a lot nicer. I'm excited about that. So yeah, I'm gonna turn on the radio and paint. You guys can hang out. It's just about dry, so now let's put on the new wheels and then I'll bring it in to the living room. I'll probably film that tomorrow when it's light and beautiful for a better like effect. Okay, yay. Now let's see it in the room. Exciting. Okay, what do we think? I'm honestly really happy with it. I think this color is doing exactly what I wanted it to. It's really breaking up all of the warmer tones. Hi, Maple. She wants to say hi. You want to sit with me while I film? Good. But yeah, I think that this paint color is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. It's really breaking up the warmer tones in this room. And I think that it's making like the color of the table and the painting a lot nicer. Like they're kind of standing out more. In general, this color combination, like a very light blue and a very earthy reddish color, is one of my favorite color combinations. I think these look really nice together. And I definitely think this line that I keep talking about between the sofa and the side table is much more clearly defined because it's such a light value. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I really can't believe that I waited so long to paint this. You guys know I picked the paint color like months ago, and every single day this table has just been like staring at me, begging me to paint it. So I'm really proud that I finally pulled the trigger and finally did that. I'm really trying to just start and finish projects without putting them off, which is something I'm prone to do. And speaking of which, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare, which is such a beneficial resource for someone like me who is self-employed and self-directed in a creative field. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by experts. They have classes in all different types of topics, including creative subjects like design, photography, art and illustration, which can be super cool if you're looking to explore or develop your skills in any of those topics. But they also have these really wonderful career-focused classes in subjects like productivity and freelancing. One thing I find very cool about Skillshare are these things called learning paths, which are essentially these curated sequences of classes that are put together to help you master a skill. Like this one, which feels like it was tailor-made for me, titled Creative Productivity, Kickstart and Sustain Any Project. Basically, there's just so much to learn and discover on Skillshare. I really warmly recommend it. And they have a really great offer for my viewers. The first 500 people who use my link down in the description will receive a 1-month free trial to Skillshare. So you really have no good excuse not to go check it out and see what kind of classes might pique your interest. Right, Maple? We love free knowledge. Okay, thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. And I have a lot of other living room updates to share with you guys. So let's talk about those. Look how cool. It's a cork pedestal table and I love it. Hang on, let me put it in its spot and then we can chat about it. I am really happy with this. I feel like it meets all of the requirements that I was imagining. First of all, I knew that I wanted a round table here. One, because this chair is so like square, and also it's right near the entrance to the living room. So I really didn't want to disrupt that sort of flow when you come in to sit down with like a harsh corner here. So I'm super happy that this is round. I wanted it to feel very solid and sturdy. And as I was considering different pieces, I was sort of hesitating on what sort of wood tones would look nice with the floors and the coffee table and this like orange leather. So when I saw cork, and I love cork as a material so much, I think it's so cool. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, it's perfect. Also, the height is really nice. I think it makes this chair feel a lot cozier. And I think it's going to go very, very nicely with the other major update that we're doing today, which is a new rug. So the rug is here. Let me go get it. Okay, here she is. This is the braid rug from Nordic Knots in cream, and I'm super, super excited about it. So I already cleared off the coffee table, so let me just move everything out of the way so we can lay this down and then look at it and appreciate it together because it's so pretty and so cozy. I measured this before I ordered it, obviously, and I think it's going to work really nicely to have this edge of the rug aligned with the edge of the door frame. I think that leaves enough of the hardwood showing that it feels like right. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Look at it. It's such a cozy upgrade. I put off choosing this rug for such a long time, and I really wish I had pulled the trigger like a few months ago, because this is so nice for the winter in Copenhagen. It's so cozy. It seriously feels so nice. I just want to like lay down. I know that a lot of people might feel nervous about getting such a light colored rug because they think it'll show stains and dirt more easily, but I'm not really worried about that for two reasons. One, because this is such high quality wool, and two, because of the texture of the rug from the actual braided weave of it. There's so much variation in value that it will actually be quite forgiving if it does happen to get a few small stains. I know that the idea of a light rug sounds scary, like conceptually, but this will actually perform much better than a non-textured, flat-colored rug, even if it's a lot darker. Texture is definitely your friend when it comes to rugs. And it also makes it so much cozier. I don't know if it's like coming through on camera, but it's making this room feel even better, which I'm so happy about. Okay, let me put the coffee table back. I got this new coffee table book. I was in Mexico City last week, and I went to Luis Barragan's house and studio, and I got this book there. It's such a wonderful building. There's so much inspiration to be found there. And all of the photos in this book are actually in black and white, which really surprised me, because if you know anything about Luis Barragan, you know that his use of color is really notable. But I loved looking at these photos in black and white because it really made me realize how wonderful his compositions are, even without color. I mean, of course, I knew that, but I still find these images very, very inspiring. Anyway, I'm really excited about this book. Let's light a candle, shall we? Okay, and now we have a cozy living room complete with this beautiful rug from Nordic Knots, and we're excited about it. Let's see what Maple thinks about the rug. Maple, what do you think of the new rug? Look at this. It's different, isn't it? Yeah. That's all I have for you this week. I'm sorry that I had a little break in my posting schedule. I ran into some technical difficulties, as those of you who follow me on Instagram know, but that's all I have for you today. I have a ton of other projects in the works, as always. I got a lot of paint samples for these doors that I'm planning to paint, and I'm also considering a few changes to the fabrics in the living room and bedroom, like these pillows, this chair, the headboard, as well as new art. So I think my next home update is just going to be kind of focused on color and how these colors can work together. But I don't have everything I need for that yet. And I also feel like this video is probably long enough already. Maple looks so cute on the rug, you guys. I'll film some shots after this. But I will be posting my next video in 2 weeks. It's a very nerdy, theoretical video on modernism that I'm super excited to share with you guys. So I'm still posting, don't worry. I got a few messages asking if I had like quit YouTube, and that's not the case. I'm just busy and behind schedule. So I'm here, don't worry. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Maple.